Polyatomic ions. Where do their charges really come from? Have you ever wondered where the extra electrons in a polyatomic ion actually come from? Take phosphate, for example. Textbooks often say it has gained 3 electrons. But who gave it those electrons? Did 3 free electrons just fly through the solution and attach themselves to phosphate? Not quite. In fact, that's not how we are supposed to think about polyatomic ions at all. Today, we're going to uncover the real chemistry behind polyatomic ions and explain how their charges arise. Let's begin with a simple question. What exactly is a polyatomic ion? A polyatomic ion is simply a group of atoms that are covalently bonded together, but behave as a single charged particle. Some familiar examples include hydroxide, nitrate, sulfate, carbonate, phosphate, and the only common positive one, ammonium. Each of these carries an overall charge. But how does that charge appear? Let's start with phosphate. Most people first encounter phosphate as the ion, PO₄². But we don't have to imagine neutral PO4 floating around and suddenly grabbing 3 electrons. All actually start from phosphoric acid, H3PO4. Notice something. This molecule has 3 hydrogen atoms attached. Now watch what happens. The first hydrogen leaves. It leaves not as a neutral hydrogen atom. It leaves rather as a hydrogen ion. And here's the important part. A hydrogen ion is just a proton. It leaves without taking the bonding electron with it. That electron stays behind on the oxygen atom. As a result, the remaining formation now has 1 extra electron compared with its number of protons, and its charge becomes -1. We are now having dihydrogen phosphate ion. There are 2 hydrogen atoms present. The process repeats. That is, 1 proton leaves without taking its bonding electron along. Now the charge becomes -2. A third hydrogen ion leaves. Its electron also remains. Then, we have it, the final product, phosphate ion. So phosphate didn't become negative because it captured 3 wandering electrons. It became negative because 3 protons left, while the bonding electrons remained behind. That is how charges normally arise. This idea works for many other polyatomic ions. Let's take sulfuric acid, for example. When 1 hydrogen ion leaves, it becomes hydrogen sulfate ion, in other words, bisulfate ion. When the second hydrogen ion leaves, it becomes sulfate ion. Again, the protons leave. The electrons stay. The same happens with carbonic acid, H2CO3. Remove 1 proton, you get bicarbonate. Remove another proton, you get carbonate, CO3₂-. Even hydroxide forms the same way. Water can lose 1 hydrogen ion. The remaining species is hydroxide ion. Once again, the proton leaves. The electron stays. Now let's look at the one famous exception. Ammonium ion. This one forms differently. It starts with ammonia. Ammonia has a lone pair of electrons on the nitrogen atom. When a hydrogen ion approaches, the nitrogen uses its lone pair to form a bond with it. Notice that the hydrogen ion comes only as a proton. It doesn't bring an electron. The formation now has 1 more proton than electrons. That's why ammonium has a +1 charge. We have looked at phosphate ion, sulfate ion, bicarbonate ion, carbonate ion, ammonium ion, and so on. So here's the key takeaway. Polyatomic ions don't usually become charged because they collect free electrons from their surroundings. Instead, negative ions usually form when hydrogen ions leave a neutral molecule, while their bonding electrons stay behind. And positive ions usually form when a neutral molecule accepts a hydrogen ion. The charge comes from the chemistry of the reaction, and not from mysterious free electrons appearing out of nowhere. Understanding this changes the way you think about chemistry. Instead of memorizing charges, you begin to understand why those charges exist. Phosphate isn't simply 3-. It's the product of phosphoric acid losing 3 protons. Sulfate comes from sulfuric acid. Carbonate comes from carbonic acid. Hydroxide comes from water. Once you see this pattern, many chemical reactions suddenly make much more sense. So the next time someone asks, where do the extra electrons in phosphate come from? You'll know the answer. They weren't added later. They were already part of the chemical bonds. When hydrogen ions left, the electrons stayed behind, creating the negative charge. And that's exactly how chemists think about polyatomic ions. If you enjoyed this explanation, consider liking the video and subscribing for more chemistry made simple. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson.